So how does magic happen? Well, that's not a simple question. There is magic. I have witnessed it. And by that I mean things that are just otherwise an impossibility as a probability based on a sequence of events happening. And there is joy, and both are connected. I think all activities that uh, call for the joy in the universe, all the chanting, all the praying, all the recitation of thank yous or gracias, laughing, dancing, all that resonates with the intrinsic joy of the universe. The universe hums with joy, and our own activities can resonate with that, and we can enter into joy resonance, and joy resonance leads to magic. Joy resonance magic, JRM, which happens to be my initials. Resonance is the physics phenomenon by which a small force systematically applied can create unexpected swings of a certain measurable. The most familiar situation is when we swing. We're on a swing and we're swinging, and you know the feeling as a child, as an adult. I hope you also have used a swim as an adult. Is that you extend your legs when you're going out forward, and you contract your legs when you're going back, and that little weight change into this pendulum movement is enough to put us into a resonance where we go further and further with just a little bit of effort. So what happens when we go into joy and resonate with the joy intrinsic to the universe? Well, I've seen the magic happens. Again, unaccountable, otherwise unaccountable events. Try it. I know. I could hear the clamoring for examples. I chanted, prayed, gave thanks around a bonfire that lasted weeks once. And that's in the stories, what happened then. And a much simpler thing, I remember once working in a kitchen and being so hurt by the waste, by all the food that got composted, put on the compost bins. And I remember just before my shift started, standing and meditating, standing and giving thanks to the food, giving thanks to every component of the food, from water and earth to the truck driver that brought the food and the cooks, and that simple action every day before the food was served, seemed to make the kitchen magical in that now the chefs were not throwing away things, were trying to reuse and saving, and don't know how it happened. There's a half a dozen kids diving from these rocks and having joy. Three of them are now more engaged into throwing sand into the rocks and sort of pitching the sand into the rocks. I know the entire joy resonance is hard to explain. We come back to magic, and it's a matter of believing that it exists. And here I am at this river in the Amazonia while a pandemic is raging around the world. And that pandemic has a very magic element to it. This pandemic is taking down the world economy. Something I didn't think it was possible unless there were millions and millions of deaths or hundreds of millions. A very anti-capitalist virus.